Hello and welcome everyone to the week ahead commodity report, where we of course will be reviewing the markets for the week ahead. And with only just over a week to go until the US election, we are getting a lot of questions on the metals at the moment, our expectations as we go into that hugely news driven week. Not only do we have the US election, we also have the FOMC statement the day afterwards and the non-farm payrolls on Friday. I will mention to you that last week again has been a fantastic opportunity just to range bound the markets, especially for gold and platinum. We've been in and out of these markets 6 times since last week on Monday. So basically on Monday, we've highlighted a lot of these trade opportunities to you, where we've been discussing these in the week ahead commodity report. But just to give you a bit of a sense in terms of the trades that we've been executing with our clients at the Gold and Silver Club, we banked 200 points on platinum and 110 points on gold on Monday. We subsequently reloaded into those trades midweek. We then banked again on Wednesday, 300 points on gold, 340 points on platinum, protected those trades. That was the majority of profit banked. But then again, on the sell-offs that we got later on in the week on Thursday, we bought back into platinum and back into gold. So we banked 520 points on platinum on Friday and another 100 points on gold. So as you can see, that's well over 1,000 points last week just on the metals. In fact, that's only on gold and platinum. We also took more profits off the table for silver and also copper too. We've still got 2 positions running on palladium, which are up over 5,000 points at the moment. So these are the trades that we've executed last week. Been in and out of them multiple times. So we've said before, you don't need to be buying and holding in this market in order to generate some really significant profits. These are perfect if you're looking right now to generate income fast in the markets. Metals, commodities, they are exceptional. You've seen that, of course, from Goldman Sachs. They put out recently their quarterly report that they had the best quarter in 10 years. We're expecting, again, a bull market moving into 2021 for commodities, but you also need to know how to trade the volatility. It's not as simple as just buying and holding. You want to really make sure your timing, your entries, your exits are just as important as your entries, where to bank profits is just as important as the execution on trades. So with that, let's actually just move over to the markets here. We'll discuss exactly what we're looking at as we go into next week. You can see gold on Friday closed at 1,900 US dollars per ounce. So we're still just ricocheting with support just below 1,900. We've got resistance last week at 1,931. In fact, we banked profits last week on the Wednesday at $1,930 per ounce just before it tanked on the Wednesday. Then we reloaded again on Thursday, quick 100 points on Friday. But now we're looking at more possibilities here going into next week in the lead up to the US election. So what I would look at here, this is gold in US dollars, which you can see is consolidating right now. What you want to have a look at is gold price in other currencies. Have a look at gold price in euros, which is looking vulnerable here into the close on Friday. Look at gold price in Australian dollars as well. Often the gold price action against other currencies can show you what is going to happen next with gold price in US dollars. The vulnerability we've got right now for gold is if the dollar, which was under pressure on Friday, it closed at 92.70. If the dollar ramps up next week, this will put pressure on gold price in US dollars. This is what would likely lead to a correction. You can also look at, for example, GDX here, which is gold miners. That closed negative as well at 2-week lows. And often gold miners can also give you some degree of a correlation as to what we're expecting next with gold. So I would definitely be mindful of that going into a new week here. Yes, there's going to be great opportunities to continue to come in and out the market to trade those ranges, but at the moment gold is looking a little bit vulnerable here if the dollar index picks up momentum, which is usually the case as you go into a US election. As traders, they start to lock in their profits ahead of a major news item. They start to move into cash. You've also got the European Central Bank announcement on Thursday, and on Wednesday you have the contract expiry for gold as well. These are all factors that I would look at here for potentially some vulnerability on gold going into next week. So the vulnerability here with gold is if it was to take out the weekly lows and start to close below 1900s. This is where you could in fact be on for a revisit back towards the previous swing lows, going back to the beginning of October. And if we took out those levels, of course, that's where you could come all the way down to the levels which are tested from middle of September with the volatility that you would typically see into a US election. And this is where the dollar could shine. And if the dollar picks up momentum, closes above 93, if that starts to accelerate, it will put pressure on a number of other commodities, which then brings us over to silver. So silver at the moment is trading at $24.58 per ounce. We still have a position on silver just above 24 US dollars per ounce. Remember, that was the level that we discussed with you previously, where Goldman Sachs had reloaded on silver. We are continuing to see it find support with higher lows and higher closes. It's broken out of the pennant, but you've really got the same situation here where you need to be observing silver priced in other currencies. So silver is doing okay against the US dollar purely because the US dollar has been tanking. If the dollar picks up momentum to the upside, then you're going to see essentially silver come under pressure, and you've got silver against Australian dollar looking vulnerable, silver against euro also looking vulnerable. Also, the gold to silver ratio. So when the gold to silver ratio is up on the day, as it was over Thursday and Friday, generally speaking, you're going to see a sell-off on gold and silver. So if the ratio manages to pick up momentum into next week, this is very likely going to see pressure on gold and silver. But if the gold-silver ratio, if it breaks down, turns negative and starts to tank and come back down towards the 73, 74 zone and so forth, yes, gold and silver would likely benefit. Now, platinum has been one of our best trades in the latest week. We've generated over 1,000 points just on platinum alone in the latest week here. So if we move over to the platinum to gold ratio, you will see, in fact, where platinum prices, they're still 50% less than the price of gold. So the platinum to gold ratio has essentially bounced in the latest week. Platinum over the last 4 days has been outperforming gold. This is very common for this time of year, from mid-October onwards, for platinum to outperform gold, and platinum would typically do very well in the final week of October, but then is vulnerable as we go into the first week of November. So I am looking out for the potential of some consolidation, potentially more upside on platinum going into next week. And I'll show you the chart here, because this is where we've been in and out of this market multiple times, buying between 860 to 865 3 times in the latest week, making sure we're banking profits every time we're getting a decent amount of breakouts in our direction. And again, here you can see we actually bought back in on Thursday, just in fact before our live trading room session with all of our clients. We bought at 864 US dollars per ounce, and we had a monster breakout to the upside there where we banked 50% of the profits there on Friday for 520 points. But we're still in this trade going into next week. So ideally, I want to see a bit more upside on platinum next week, but I am mindful that first week of November, we could very likely get a correction to the downside, particularly if the US dollar picks up momentum as lots of traders start to move into cash, capital preservation ahead of major event risk. But then once the dust has settled from the election, once we actually get the result of that, of course, we're going to get some massive moves in the markets that we can capitalize on the night afterwards as well. But we mentioned it before, the trades that you want to take advantage of are going to be in the lead up to the election. It has been phenomenal just to get in and out, in and out. We've been able to accumulate a lot of profits over the month of October with our clients at the Gold and Silver Club here. Copper as well, as I mentioned before, copper's had a solid breakout in the latest week here. Copper, crude oil, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, all of these commodities are expected to do very well into 2021. The policies that we're seeing from both Donald Trump and Joe Biden, where we are essentially going to see more stimulus in the months ahead here, they are all going to benefit commodities, which gives you a fantastic opportunity to benefit as well. But there's going to be a short window here. You need to make sure that you're maximizing it between now and the end of the year. There's some very strong seasonal cycles that come into play over November and December for the commodities, and also into Q1 of 2021. So right now, if you are looking for ways to generate income fast in these markets, we're absolutely seeing that with commodities. You want to be on the right side of these moves, be very nimble, make sure that you're trading with market intelligence, trading the same way the hedge funds, the money managers are in the market, that you're not using outdated technical analysis. It's very important that you are utilizing a research-driven approach where you have access to institutional data and intelligence that will really help give you that edge. And then you compound that and layer that in with the cycles that we see day to day, week to week with the commodities, alongside the intermarket correlations, the seasonals, and how the hedge funds, the banks, institutions are positioning themselves in real time. that will give you that essential edge in the market. So if you would like to find out more, join a community of successful traders, there is an opportunity for you to do so. As a member of the Live Trading Room mentorship program, you get access to our exclusive Live Trading Room webinars. You also have access to real-time trade ideas, institutional research and market intelligence, access to our private members academy website, and also support and one-to-one mentoring. For more information, just go to www.jointhelivetradingroom.com. The link is also below this report in the description, so just click on the link, make an application, and we will of course get in touch with you ASAP. And do make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, that way you're always kept updated with all of the latest commodity reports.